So, I've done a lot of reflecting on this year, and I just wanted to come on here because I like talking about things. I am a Yap Fest channel, and I just wanted to come on here and just kind of reflect on this year. Honestly, this year I've gained and I've lost a lot, and I feel like my losses kind of outweigh my gains in a way. But a lot of that some of the stuff was also partially my fault, and later on in the year, I kind of grew to more stand up for myself and learn to not take my losses anymore. And I just want to go and reflect on everything that's happened to me this year, and I just want to just kind of go over my goals for next year because I like talking about these things. It helps motivate me really, and I wanted to hopefully have a talk in a way that can help motivate you guys, because a lot of you guys have probably had a similar year to mine. So yeah. Now, before we go into all of the details, a lot of you guys know the common phrase, this year will be my year. A lot of you guys, including me myself, frequently say this every single year. And honestly, I can say that 2024 was actually my year. I actually had it going on. I was doing pretty good, even though I wasn't uploading on my channel a lot anymore. I was honestly I was very financially stable. I was building credit. I had a savings account, and financially and emotionally, actually, I was doing pretty good. And I was still, able to every now and then come to YouTube to upload. And even though I kind of did had to skip out on one of my biggest passions, which is YouTube, I still got a lot of money and I was going to make plans with my YouTube channel. I had a plan, and I'm just gonna run away from these guys. And overall, I was doing really good, a lot better than this year. This year, every ounce of progress, everything I got in 2024 after figuring so much out and getting everything together, it was all just kind of taken from me in the blink of an eye at the beginning of this year. And overall, the beginning of this year was just not that great, and honestly, it was a consistent downfall since then, and honestly, it just left me in a really broken emotional state for the second half of this year. And now, honestly, I'm determined to get back everything I earned in 2024. I want to get everything back, and I want to build my life again, and this time make it even better than it was in 2024. And I fully believe in myself. I believe that I can do that. I believe that everybody here can make their lives even better in 2026. And I know, good grief, I forgot what I was even saying. So, with me, it's just gonna try and summarize it. I had a good year last year. Or no. Yeah, last year. 2024 was a good year. 2025, things started going downhill. Middle of the year kind of just left me emotionally damaged, mentally. And I am really determined to make next year a better year. And I just want to I want to try to help people make next year a better year, if that's even possible for me to do. Because again, I come on here, I like talking about my goals, and I don't like talking about my goals. I like talking about my goals. I like coming on here to talk. I'm a very, very yappy person. This is a Yap Fest channel, pretty much. Gosh, I am missing something. I forgot what I was specifically saying when my dog started screeching from the top of his lungs, because God forbid another dog exists in the house. Anyway, so to start off the beginning of this year, as I think a lot of you know, I may have talked about this a lot on this channel, I had lost my full-time job, my income, my insurance, everything, and on top of that, my mom was still trying to take money from me, refused to help me in that time. I was still living with her, by the way. I'm literally I just turned 20 a couple months ago. But anyway, I was still living with her at the time, She pretty much refused to help me in any shape, way, or form. I went back to working at my old job as a server. I was not making enough money. I wouldn't even make $100 on weekends even. It was horrible. I really was not making enough money, and of course after I got fired, it was horrible trying to find another job. Everybody, all these places are like, we're hiring, we're hiring, we're hiring, and it's like, none of them hired me. My old job barely even would take me back. And it was horrible, it was really rough, but I finally found a full-time job. My old job wasn't even full-time, but I was working like 3 days a week. It sucked. And then eventually I moved, and I really wasn't in a good financial situation, but honestly, this was the only option I had because I was living in a very horrible situation, which I explained in some other videos that are in the category called The Truth, which is what I'm probably also, well, the playlist called The Truth, which is what the playlist this video is probably going to be on. But yeah, that's the beginning of this year. I'm currently over $1,000 in credit card debt. I owe over $7,000 for my car, and I'm trying to work to get it all paid off. And I have tons of goals for next year, and I'm determined to complete them all. I'm determined to get my life back together because I'm tired of just taking my losses and saying, oh well, it happens, because it does happen. It really does. And sometimes there isn't anything to do about it. Or a lot of people say there's nothing you can do about certain things, which is true in certain aspects. But to me, it's like, at least try to find a freaking way. Like, yeah, a lot of people say things are hit or miss, or, you know, when you shoot for something, you'll land on the stars. But for me, it's like, why would I shoot once if I had the chance to shoot multiple times? If that makes sense. And to me, I used to do archery a lot, and for me, whenever I would shoot and miss the target, I would just shoot again, and I would keep shooting until I hit the target. And I learned that sometimes you just have to take multiple shots, and at some point, you'll hit the target. You'll hit your goal. And the most important thing is to not give up while you're doing that. It takes time, it takes practice, you try new ways to hit that goal, but you do whatever you need to do to hit that goal. Even if you take the easiest way to hit your goal, do the easiest way. Now, of course, again, in an aspect, there's things that don't really count toward hitting your goal. Obviously, you can't just take an arrow and repeatedly stab the center of the goal, because then that's just cheating. But you gotta try different things to hit the goal while shooting the bow. You can swap the hand you're using, you know, like step forward a little bit, step back a little bit, whatever you need to do. You know, put the target in a different position, just whatever you need to do. But eventually, whenever you keep shooting your bow, you're gonna hit the target. You might not hit it dead center, but you're gonna hit it, and eventually you will hit the dead center of the target. Which would be a very cool and nice thing. I don't know if I'm making any sense right now, but I hope I am. Anyway, what I'm trying to say is sometimes you do have to take multiple shots to hit your goal. Actually, almost all the time you have to take multiple shots to hit your goal. That's just the way it is. For me, it was like YouTube. A lot of people told me, YouTube's hit or miss. It's like, well, I can't miss it if I keep trying to hit it, because eventually I'll hit it. So, that's why I'm still here. 856 subscribers as of right now, filming a YouTube video talking to probably 5 people that are going to end up watching this video. But I don't care. You know why? Because I don't give up. I'm stubborn and I'm determined, and I like doing YouTube. I like talking into a mic to people who don't even know me.
I'm one of the
Things are happening, and I've once again lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, not to mention last year I was going to the gym regularly too. I would go every day after work, 4 days a week. I worked 4 10-hour shifts, and I would still go to the gym and I'd be at the gym for like 30, 45 minutes, sometimes an hour. And honestly, I want to try to get, my goal is to at least get all of that back, but I want to try to see if I can push myself and get even further than where I was in 2024, because I feel like I've actually literally been set back by like an entire year. I wish I was joking, because I spent a year building my savings, going to the gym regularly, just working and getting money and paying off my car from building my credit and stuff, and I was doing good with my credit card. I wouldn't put too much on it, and I'd immediately turn around and pay it off, and it's just all that's gone, and my credit card's almost maxed out, and keep losing more than I'm gaining, and I don't like that. I always had a saying, if I'm going to lose, I wanted to gain more than I lose, and that's what I was doing for so long, and now it's all just gone. But I'm gonna get it back, at least. I at least want my life back that I had, and I'm determined to get it back. I'm really determined to get it back. Now, one thing that I've done with setting my goals and stuff, I've learned that it's good to set big goals, but then break them down into really, really tiny pieces from, you know, big major goals you want to accomplish by the end of the year to something you want to accomplish in, say, in at least half the year, and then something you want to at least accomplish, or, you know, like stuff you can do to accomplish something big at the end of the year, you know, like something you can do monthly, then break it down to something you do weekly, and then break the weekly down to daily, and then you've pretty much got it. And I'll try to find you know what, let me give you an example. Like, say, saving money, for example. Say you want to save a certain amount of money within that year total. So what you want to do is you want to kind of calculate, you know, calculate your income, your bills, and how much you think you can put into savings within each paycheck, which would be weekly, and then start setting off that money aside weekly. That's breaking down your goal from your big major yearly goal to something you do at least weekly, because sometimes you can't break it into things you do daily, which, I mean, I guess the daily thing would be to try to show up to work, be on the clock, so that way you make sure you're getting your full paycheck each week. And then, of course, you know, monthly, just kind of review your savings and be like, okay, I'm at the correct amount, or my savings got under somehow, so you need to correct it, you know? But breaking your goals down into tasks and into smaller goals you can complete each month, each week, each day will really help you with goal completion. And also another thing is you have a yearly amount that you want to save in a year, and you break it down to how much it would take per month for you to meet that yearly goal, and then weekly you put it into your savings, and daily you show up for work, and boom, you got it. Because also sometimes whenever you set the big goals yearly, they can start to seem a little bit overwhelming, which can also kind of demotivate you and then cause you to just not get your goals completed, which is something that is an issue with setting goals, because when you set goals that seem too big to accomplish, you're kind of sitting there like, man, I don't think there's anything I can do to achieve, like, what can I do to achieve this goal? That seems really big. I can't do it. Doesn't do it. I think another thing that let me get so off track this year was the fact that I really didn't, I mean, I had some goals, but it's just, I didn't really have a whole organized list of goals. I just kind of went with the flow and let whatever happen. And the whatever that happened was something that was actually not so great. I kind of just flew into the year without a care in the world, and it messed me up big time. And of course, I'm stuck with cleaning up the mess, but that is my own fault. And I'm just ready to get back on track again. And also, generally, I haven't accomplished a whole lot this year, especially with my YouTube channel, which is something I'm extremely mad about. It's like I have accomplished some things. I released my game, but my game's just not all that yet. And on it, like I expected it to be. And I really just haven't had a lot of growth on YouTube. In fact, a lot of my watch hours have decreased tremendously, and I am much further away from getting monetized than I've ever been. And that's really upsetting. And another thing I think I'm gonna do here on the YouTube channel, I think I'm gonna do just monthly check-ins with everybody, you know, for 2026, just to see how far everybody is with their goals. If you haven't yet, just start making a list of goals, and again, like I said, break them down. If that would help you. If that doesn't help you, then don't do what doesn't help you, you know, because you can't take all the advice you get, because not everybody's the same. So I try to give out multiple pieces of advice, depending on the person, and if you don't know which one would help you, then it's good to experiment. The only thing I can really say is to try. If you think that the big goals get too overwhelming for you to look at, you should just start slowly breaking them down. And I get that breaking them down can also be stressful because it seems like a lot on one person, but if you're a more really organized person like me, it's just good to break them down into something you can do every day to help you achieve your goal.
I also have advice for when you're taking advice from other people. Life lesson from me and to everyone when you're trying to get advice with how to improve your life and stuff. Don't be too trusting of people. Don't. It doesn't mean trust people easily. Listen to them, but fully listen to them and think it over first, especially if you don't know them that long, because you'll go down a really stupid rabbit hole and you won't be able to get out of it for maybe a year. This is coming from experience. Oh, actually 5. Anyway, yeah, don't do that. Just don't. Just think things before you do things when taking advice, but still take people's advice.
Yeah, like me, for example. Don't just straight up take my advice, especially because I'm giving you multiple pieces of advice. It's good. I don't think it's actually physically possible to break down and not break down your goals at the same time, but I'm just saying experiment with it and see what you want to do. It's good to not fully take people's advice because they don't, you know, like, they don't really know you themselves. Even if they're like your bestest friend, sometimes their advice just doesn't work on you, and that's okay, you know, that's nothing wrong with that. It just means you kind of have to try multiple different routes before you get to your destination, you know? It really, overall, just depends on the person. Why is there a child right there? And now it's time for the corny piece of advice that I have to give. Don't give up. Not just because everybody tells you don't give up, and because giving up is a bad idea, but you can't give up. You know why? Because I'm doing monthly check-ins next year. Every single month, at the end of every single month, I am going to be checking up on you guys. Even if it's a video entirely different from yearly goals, I'm still going to ask you the question. How far have you gotten to achieving your goals? And you better comment and tell me. A lot of you guys don't comment things on my YouTube right now. I mean, a lot of you guys have found the Kirby video, which is cool. We love Kirby here. But you guys haven't really been commenting a lot of my videos, like I tell you to. I tell you all, comment, 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 and like the video. I have a Bloxburg video that has 106 views, right? Or 107. No likes. I'm getting a little suspicious. And I'm a little suspicious of my recent Minecraft YouTube video. 63 likes. 63 views. 1 like. This weird ratios going on, and it makes me feel like some bots are here. But I hope not, because I didn't do this. I don't want bots on my channel, I want real people. Anyway, again, monthly check-ins. They're not going to be full-on videos. I'm probably just going to ask the question at the start of the video, which I probably should be telling you guys to comment and to like and subscribe at the beginning of my videos, because I don't think a lot of you guys have great attention spans. No offense, I don't think a lot of you guys really watch my videos all the way. Which is fine, you know. I also kind of have the attention span of a peanut sometimes. It happens, especially if you're watching too much TikTok. But anyway, I will ask you at the beginning of the video. I'll try to remember, the beginning of the video, I'll start doing my whole thing, talking about my stuff, my Roblox group, my server, subscribe, like, blah blah blah. A lot of people do that at the end of their videos, but I feel like I'm not in the position to do that, because those are really famous people. But anyway, beginning of the videos, I'm gonna ask you guys. How close are you guys to completing your goals? What have you done to complete your goals? What are your goals? Actually, for this video, comment your goals. Right now. Make a whole list in the comment section, I don't care. I'll read them all. I like reading my comments. That's my favorite activity, actually, quite frankly. When a video a video of mine gets quite a bit of attention, I like looking at the comments. I might not like them, might not respond to them, because I'm stupid sometimes, but I like reading them. I like reading your comments. But anyway, comment a list of your goals for this video. And then next month, how far are you to completing these goals? And you can even just talk about one goal that you really, really want to achieve. You know, your most favorite goal ever. Let's do that, and let's see how far we can get with 2026. I actually started doing this with a friend of mine. Me and him listed our goals to each other, and we're gonna do monthly check-ins with each other personally. And I want to do it for my YouTube video too, because I was like, I'm gonna try to motivate him, you know, because he's got some goals in mind. I want to motivate my boyfriend. I want to motivate all my friends. I want to motivate you guys too. So I'm turning this into a YouTube thing. And honestly, if I forget to post a check-in or ask a check-in in the video, I'll beat the crap out of myself. But I will also go back and I will force the clip of the question into the video somewhere. Or at the beginning. I'll go back and I'll record a little segment just to ask, and then I'll slap it on the video, because I won't forget. Well, I will forget, but then I will remember when I'm editing it. Or I will just slap the text on the top of the screen and be like, don't forget! I might forget, but you don't forget. I forget a lot of things. And also, some of you might have had a good year this year. A lot of you guys have probably had probably accomplished a lot this year, and I'm proud of you if you did. I'm very proud of everything we have accomplished, even if you are like me and have taken more losses than you wish, or your losses outweigh your wins. But it's fine, because in 2026, we're gonna balance it out. We're gonna have a few losses, but then we're gonna have so many wins. And even if you have had a lot of wins this year, you probably have even more goals for 2026. Don't slip up like I did. Keep having good years, because this is the only life we live. And, gosh, I don't know what to say. I don't want to start rambling about death, but this is the only life we have. Don't throw it away. And also, when I say this is the only life we have, that doesn't mean go doing a bunch of immoral and illegal shit. No, you will not underage drink and drive. No, you will not steal. And no, you will not do anything that's bad, morally and legally. Actually, more morally. But,
Illegal things is fun.
but, this is the only life we have left to live, so live the best life. Not the most immoral life. Exactly, yeah.
Go steal.
Anyway, I think that's all the rambling I've had to do for tonight.
Still need to go through last quarter's
Blah. It's good to, I'm glad I got to take a moment to reflect back on this year and kind of realize that I have taken a lot of losses, and just to kind of sap and sob about this year because a lot has happened. But we're gonna make next year even better. And anyway, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like I always say, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And don't forget to comment your goals for next year. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.